fan, and thank you for joining me again. Well, today what I'm going to look at is the chord progression for the video that I did earlier. I think the video was entitled One Shape, Many Riffs, and I did not show you the chord progressions for that. So I'm going to show that to you now and show you how to actually use that chord progression. It's a very simple chord progression. There's nothing complicated about it. It's basically one shape, many chords. So the shape that I'm going to show you, you've seen it before. We've used it before on this channel, and many of you know how to use it, but not in the way I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to use the chord progression and how to get the reggae technique under your hands and how you can use it with a backing track or in a live situation. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at one shape, many chord progressions. So it's a 1-5-4 chord progression in G major. So I'm playing G, then I'm playing D, then I'm going to play C. Now obviously I could have held the D and the C in that position, but that's going to defeat the purpose. Remember what we said, it's one shape, many chords. So when I play on stage, I normally sometimes use the full bar chord, but if there is a keyboard player present, I tend not to do that so much. So what I tend to do is just play, even if I'm holding the entire bar chord, I only tend to play the top 3 strings. I don't play all the strings at all. All right? So you don't have to hold it like this. You can hold it like that. So for those people who are advanced, you can move ahead. And those of you who are not used to this way of playing, you can stick around. So to hold the chord, we play 1st string, 3rd fret, 2nd string, 3rd fret, and 3rd string, 4th fret. So I'm holding it with just 2 fingers. So this finger here covers the 1st string on the 2nd string, and then that finger, my 3rd finger, covers the 3rd string. All right, so it's fret 3, fret 10, and fret 8. And the chord progression sounds just like this. And that's simply it. Now, if you're struggling to play the reggae chord progressions, I've got many videos on this channel that actually walks you through that. So I think you should have a look at it. If you're more advanced, you can skip ahead and watch the other parts of the video. So basically, you are strumming. It actually gives you that reggae style of playing. So you're strumming and muting the strings quickly with the backing track so you can have that down pat. All right, so here we go. The other strumming technique that is important for reggae is when you form the chords with your fingers and just lightly rest your fingers on the strings. So you want to practice that over and over until you get it right. So let's practice that slowly 5 times. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Two. Three. Four. Five. All right, so you want to practice that over and over and over again until you get that right. The other thing to be aware of, there's something called a Streche that reggae guitarists do. I think abroad they call it the chuck or the shank. I think in the Caribbean, particularly Jamaica, they call it the Streche or the Chaka or the chop. The reason they do that is because it sounds like Streche, 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 or Chaka, Chaka, Chaka. And if you listen to it very closely, you'll hear it. So that's why they call it the Chaka or the Streche, but abroad they call it the chuck or the shank, whatever other names they've given to it. So you need to practice that as well. So it's basically strumming down and up. And remember, you're basically just resting your fingers on the string. So it goes so. So let's practice that now with the backing track. All right, so sometimes you can do the Chaka or the Streche by just doing this. And so forth and so on. But I find that if you use the wah pedal, it tends to sound a lot better. So kind of like this. So now let's try that with the backing track and see how that sounds. All right, so remember, I'm just basically resting my fingers. I form the chord with my fingers and just basically rest my hands on it, my fingers on it. So I'm strumming down and up very quickly. So And note, so I'm actually near to the neck pickup as opposed to the bridge pickup. So if you want a more higher pitched sound, you could go closer to the bridge pickup, but I generally tend to stay nearer to the neck pickup because that's how I like it. You can go middle, whatever works for you, you can do it that way. I just prefer up here. So again, I'm strumming down and coming up very quickly. So it's not terribly difficult, but it does take some practicing. So I want you to practice that. Now, when you play live on stage, you're not going to do either or either. It's a mixture of everything. Sometimes the singer, sometimes the band arrangement will dictate what you do. But what you want to do is to practice and mix it all together to make your playing sound a bit more righteous. To me anyway. So let's practice that together then. I'm going to show you how I play it using the different riffs. All right, so here goes. There isn't any hard and fast rules as such, but you need to stay within the reggae pocket. So try all those things and see what works out best for you. The backing track for this will be in the membership area, so all members will have access to the backing track. In fact, it's already there from the last video that I upload. So you can check that out if you want to practice with it. I want to thank you for stopping by. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for becoming a member and supporting this channel. Take care now. Bye.